Since Thanksgiving was yesterday, I wanted this video to be particularly festive. However, since Turkey Hunter 3D wouldn't arrive in time, let's go with Animal Crossing instead. Also, given the timing, I'd like to share what I'm thankful for. That, to put it simply, is you guys, the viewers. Thank you for watching. I would also like to thank the Hobo Bros for including me in a recent race in Super Mario 64 that pitted 10 YouTubers, which included yours truly, against 2 speedrunners. It was a lot of fun. If you'd like to check out the video and see who won, follow the card on screen or the links in the description. Now it's time for some glitches in Animal Crossing on the GameCube. As they are a big part of the game, let's start with some glitches involving villagers. Well, to be more precise, glitches that involve harassing the villagers. It's all in good fun. Like this one, which just requires a bug net and a bridge. All you gotta do is bop a villager on the head while it's standing on a bridge, then push them right off. It might take a couple tries, but they'll plop right into the river. This doesn't actually do much though, since they'll return to dry ground as soon as you enter a different acre. Next, you'll need to bury a pitfall seed near an unsuspecting villager. With the seed in place, get ready to talk to the villagers the moment they fall into the trap. If you time it just right, they'll be doing the squirming animation while talking to you, which shouldn't happen. Oddly enough, certain lines have attached animations, like Sherry's statement about fruit with the curious pose seems to momentarily prevent the squirming, though it'll start right back up afterwards. Again, don't worry, as this will be fixed as soon as you're done talking to the villager. Our next glitch requires us to break an axe by hitting a villager. To do this properly, you'll want to wear it down ahead of time by hitting something solid like a building. A normal axe will break in the 23rd swing, so keep that in mind. Find yourself a target, like Olive for example, then bop him twice with the net. Whenever a villager is hit 3 times, they'll confront you angrily, demanding that you stop. The 3rd hit will be done with the axe, breaking it at the same time. Normally, you're not supposed to be able to hit a villager with an axe, but this can be done by pausing and unpausing the game while spamming the A button. It took a few tries, but eventually it worked. Olive will angrily stomp away, but the broken axe bit takes priority over the villager's dialogue. That means that when you exit the axe dialogue, the camera will zoom way out, farther than normal, attempting to fit both characters in view. This is as far as I can get it to go, but I'm sure with the right setup, you could make the camera stretch even farther. You'll need to find yourself a snowball, and I hope you have better luck than I do. Snowballs only appear when it's snowy, which is between the dates of December 11th and February 24th. Once you've found your snowball of choice, roll it up and bring it to the lower leftmost acre where the wall and the beach meets. You want it to be around this size, so not much bigger than your villager. Ever so gently, push it here until it's about to roll down a sandy slope and place an item in front of it. You want to run up to the snowball and pick up the item. By nudging the snowball just enough before picking up the item, it'll actually roll down, pushing the villager down into the ocean. Now you're on the other side of the water's invisible barrier, so you're free to explore. You'll find that the ocean extends quite a ways, and at a certain point along the outer limits, you'll find nothing but darkness, which is equally as walkable. Using this, you can visit the island, but since my town didn't have any island data, that area was just empty. It's sorta spooky. One glitch that is somehow easier to do than finding a snowball for me is item duplication. For this you'll need a table and something to duplicate. The spring metal sells for a decent amount of bells, and as such you'll probably want to use that if you're looking to make a bunch of cash. Also, this is a bit easier to do if you have the smallest house, as we can use the stone wallpaper to judge our positioning. First, line the right wall with clothing. Next, sprint towards the wall by holding L and up on the analog stick. You want to pause the game in the sweet spot between 2 tiles, aka, with this setup, have the upper line of the menu match with this line on the wallpaper. Drop the table and continue holding L and up when exiting the menu. What should happen is that you'll be pushed up, like into the air, onto the line of shirts. Now just carefully walk to the left and you'll be on top of the table. Place the item you want to duplicate on the left side of the table, and then while still on top of it, pick up the table. This will leave the item floating in the air. Now place something like the tape deck on it, and the tape deck will appear high in the air. Exit and come back, and you'll see that they've swapped positions. Now, every time you enter the house, the item you originally had on the table will reappear, aka infinite items and thus infinite bells. This is great in speedruns where they're trying to pay off debts as quickly as possible, and it's easy enough for you to do the next time you revisit this game. Now, this is super useless, but it's possible to become trapped in your own house. I hope you don't mind the decor because looking back at this, it's really rough on the eyes. You have to place the items as you see here, with the clothing around the outside to prevent items from being pushed, pulled, rotated, or otherwise moved. With a full inventory, pull the bench into position, then rotate it, and place clothing around until all surrounding spaces are filled. Doing this will result in your character becoming completely trapped. Since you cannot pick up any of the clothing that you placed, you cannot push or move any of the furniture. All you can do is reset, or question the path that you took in life that led up to this moment. For our final glitch, we'll need a few things set up. First, you'll need to be playing as a villager with enough bells to pay off a loan to Tom Nook. You'll also need it to be the day of an event, like the sports fair, so set the clock to March 20th, 2:59 PM, which is just before the tug-of-war begins. After exiting your house, race over to the post office. If you want to get the most out of this glitch, make sure the post office is located in either acre A1 or A2. Right as the clock is coming up on 3 PM, the music will fade and there'll be an announcement for the tug-of-war. You want to enter the post office right before the announcement. You'll know you got the timing right when the black transition screen takes extra long and there's no announcement while indoors. Pay off the loan, then head outside and see what happens. Yeah, that's a bit weird. First, the player tilts into the ground for a moment before teleporting to a lighthouse. The game attempts to play both the celebration scene as well as move the camera to announce the tug-of-war. These conflicting events, for some reason, teleports the village to a beta town which is inaccessible through normal gameplay. Now that we're in Betaville, let's explore. The first thing you'll find is some very odd terrain with pitfall seeds all over the place. There's also a large collection of trees at different stages of growth. After moving around some very mismatched acres, you'll find a few characters that you can actually interact with. There's a gyroid named That, who has a dialogue box but no dialogue. These two villagers, seemingly in conversation, will remain locked together no matter what you do. The chicken named Bee will respond as if you're trying to send a letter to someone who doesn't exist. In the tent is a camper named Punchy, who is definitely the most normal out of the bunch. Seems like they just want to camp. Aside from some very odd terrain and more trees, that's about it for Betaville. As such, I think we'll end the video here. Thanks for watching.
The Mario, take one step, and then again, let's do the Mario all together now. You got it. It's the Mario. Do the Mario, swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario, take one step, and then again, let's do the Mario.